first fold the fabric on a triangular form as it is here. Then you check if the length is enough for your gown length. So after checking the length, then you check the shoulder line. You check if the shoulder line is enough. So after checking it and it's enough, then you mark your shoulder line measurement. And if it's not enough, you just adjust it just the way I'm doing. So after marking the shoulder line, the next thing is to mark your gown length as you see me doing. Just take it around the way you're seeing me doing it. Just take it around. So after marking the gown length, the next thing is to mark your shoulder measurement. Like my own gown length is 40 plus 1 inch sewing allowance, that is 41 inches. So my shoulder is 16 inches. 16 divided by 2 is 8. You mark your 8 inches. Then from that 8 inches, you mark your shoulder, round shoulder measurement, that is the armhole. My round shoulder measurement is still 16 inches, divided by 2 is 8. So you mark it the way I did. So after marking the round shoulder measurement, you connect it the way I'm doing it. After connecting it, the next thing is to mark the shoulder slope. The shoulder slope, you mark the neck measurement. On the neck measurement, I used 4 inches by 4 inches depth for the front part, and then 4 inches by 2 inches depth on the back side. That is 4 inches wide, 4 inches deep on the front side, then 4 inches wide, 2 inches deep on the back side. Then you use your French curve to connect it the way I am doing it. So after marking the neck measurement, the next thing is to mark the shoulder slope, which is 1 inch. So after marking the shoulder slope, you connect it to the neckline the way you see me doing. After marking the shoulder slope, you check the shoulder, the round shoulder measurement. So after checking it, you divide it into 2 and mark it the way I'm doing it. So from the center part, you go in by ½ inch and then use your French curve to connect it the way you see me doing it. You can as well use your free hand to connect it if you don't have French curve. So after marking the shoulder, round shoulder measurement, the next thing is to mark your bust measurement divided into 4. My bust is 36 divided into 4 is 9 inches. So I marked 9 inches plus half inch is allowance plus 1 inch joining allowance. Then from there you connect it straight to the hemline, just the way I did. So after marking it, the next thing is to cut it. After cutting it, then you fold the remaining fabric. I folded the remaining fabric to cut the back side. So I use the front part to trace the back side. Remember, when you are cutting the front panel, you need to cut the back neck first before the front neck. So I'm done cutting the back side, then it's now time to cut the front neck. Remember to remove your back side before you cut your front neck. So I'm done cutting the bodies. Now we are folding the fabric for the sleeve. My round shoulder measurement is 16 inches, so you mark 8 inches, just the way you see me doing. My fabric is too slippery, so that is the reason why I used pin to hold it, to avoid it from slipping. So after marking the 8 inches, from there you mark the length of your round armhole measurement divided by 2, just the way I'm doing it. Anyway, if you want full video on how to cut a basic sleeve, just indicate on the comment section, so that I will do a full video, a full detailed video on the sleeve, because you know this particular video we are concentrating on the style of the cloth. This particular sleeve is quite different from the normal sleeve that we are cutting. It's a stylish sleeve. So if you want a full video of the way I did that sleeve, just indicate on the comment section. So after cutting the sleeve, the next thing is to mark the normal sleeve. The normal sleeve length is 7. That is that place that you see me notching. 7. So the upper side is the design we are going to use for the sleeve. So after cutting it, you use it to trace the second sleeve, just the way I'm doing. So we are done cutting the sleeve. Remember to notch the second sleeve, the way you see me notch the first one. Just notch it. So after notching it, the next thing is to sew the neckline. We have got the interface to sew the front neckline. Just keep it right side facing right side, then you join it the way I'm showing you. Then for the back side, well, it's not going to have zip, so we need to open it so that our head can pass easily to it. Just mark the center, fold the center part the way you see me doing, and mark 2.5 inches. Some people used to mark like 3 inches, 3.5 inches, depending on how long you want it, but me, I'm using 2.5 inches, and open it straight the way you see me doing. You do the same thing on the interfacing. Then you join it and run it together. See the way I've done it. I've already finished running it. That's the back side. Then notch that area. Turn it. Then you press it very well so that it will suit very well. Then you do the same thing to the front side. So after ironing it, use hemming gum to hem it just the way I'm doing it, the way you see me doing it. Just use hemming gum to hold it. After putting the hemming gum, you use hot iron, not too hot, so it will not burn your clothes, to hem it. Do the same on the front part, just the way you see me did. The next thing is to join the shoulders, front part facing front part. Then after joining the shoulders, the next thing is to put the sleeve. On the sleeve length, that's first mark, that's upper mark notch, you mark 1 inch and connect it with that notch, that first notch. Do the same thing to the other side. See the effect I was talking about, the sleeve. See it. So the next thing is to join the sleeve to the cloth. So after joining the sleeve, you join the sides with 1 inch. That is that 1 inch allowance that we added when we were cutting it. So after joining it,